You're welcome, sir, to Happy Morning Show.
Thank you very much.
All right. Into discussion for how the festivities are going on, and it doesn't seem like people living with disabilities are being considered in all the engagements. Into no come on a year, and we wanted to actually tap from you the knowledge you have, and to also let us know if this is really the case. Maybe them na you feel it, but maybe that's not the case. Into Pochokodo.
Mm. Oh, okay. So, move who persons with disability and the festive season.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. Near the say, and to me, yeah, what I call generalized problem. Ejina persons with disability no any family or womb community no or womb. And let's say be religious religious bodies or join in here any the level of acceptance senior or beji or matum and a be determine more happiness in the season. And the emphasis say persons with disability, let us also note say there were categories of persons with disability. One more, to me, education and training. Now, when you employment, or kasa and manage their own lives. And no, woman depend on anybody for happiness. And like any other person, no, such category of persons with disability, no, determine their own level of happiness. If we say, well, yeah, Juma with Yanika, Onankasa, you soon sika according to Onankasa needs and wants. Any idea? And you know, that category of persons with disability, no, any other um, person of social class, no, ɛna nea ɛtɔ so mmienu yɛ wɔn a wɔyɛ disabled persons a wɔn nni adwuma yɛ a kyerɛ sɛ wɔn nni regular income. Na such people no depend on charity.
Okay.
Nti ɛkɔba ne saa deɛ a na n'ano n'ani gye no akɔyɛ tied to people's kind considerations of them. Say, nipa no, ebi a ne family no, senior, bua no, support no, and as a community no, or woman no, say people no are charitable towards him or her, and also will depend upon. And ebi a churches now or joining, say be a or more programs to support the poor and needy during this season no and also betumi determine onipa no anigye a obenya wɔ season ya yɛwɔ mu sisi ano yɛnim sɛ eduru saa bere yi a ɛyɛ ana nsɔrɔasɔre ne individuals bi tumi yɛ adɔe ɛma nipa a wɔwɔ ahihia mu te sɛ persons with disability or more this kind of category. And you know, it depends upon nipa no environment na woman. And makes me I can be to say I know bit persons with disability na nkasa almost so. As I say, ebi no more no more. Wɔn bɔ wɔn ho mmɔden to emu di wɔn ho as omotimi socialize, let me put it that way. And you know, say, oh yeah, obia, utimi socialize well, and also know who catch the attention of people. But say, oh yeah, obia, oh restrictive on to your corner in your house, then people don't even catch sight of you, let alone getting you support or attracting their attention. Nsintino metumi aka sɛ ebegyina how persons with disability are able to socialize with their community.
Okay, all right, that's great. Nti
Yeah.
we have to asepa ebi mu ha they happy themselves. What you
Yeah.
they find their own entertainment. Those who
Yeah.
are unemployed, one would depend on charity and even maybe
Yeah.
the programs are okukodono to be able to be
Yeah.
entertained. And then
Yeah.
churches, religious groups, individuals also what you doye for
Yeah.
people like this. And then
Yeah.
those living with disabilities also need to be able to socialize. Let people
Yeah.
come close to you, go close to people. Now, a
Yeah.
restrict one there, then obema entertainment no
Okay.
better.
Yeah.
All right,
Good.
thank you so
Yeah.
much. Now, so
All right.
so what would you want to say to the government or maybe to GTA and confer what year activities within this period, to this other group of people that will depend on programs and charity to be able to get entertained, what should they do better so that, they can also get some form of entertainment as well through the programs?
Okay. And today, I can say, getting to the Christmas season, idea, a year, religious organizations and answer and sorry, who draw no, Omankasa, Omoye planning, how to get people happy, how to excite people during the season. And it's a banner, anka, Marjorie say, Oko district no nyinaa mu a yɛwɔ organizations of persons with disability.
Okay.
In order to reach as many PWDs as possible, no, anka wɔn ne wɔn ekuo no tena ase plan season no, how they can reach out to the very poor of them now, because sometimes ayana needs to me feel say dodoɔ no conception ne sɛ woyɛ obi a wadi dɛm a woyɛ mmɔbɔ ɛnsɛ nte saa yɛwɔ ebinom a ɔmo ɛnyɛ mmɔbɔ nti in order to reach out to the needy ones paa no sɛ only organizations no work together ɛno bɛboa wo ama woataakye the very people a ɔmo ehia support no during the season no.
Okay.
Afe entertainment sports me did say families no so say ba say ebia ye bodwa bi ana ye entertainment somewhere ye nuanom a wo mo to me enko saa miaye no say abusuane ni nanfofuo to me ye arrangement say wɔn ɔbɛ support saa nkɔfoɔ no na nka wɔn atumi akɔ such places for entertainment. Nfa sɛ so obi a ɔyɛ blind na ɔwɔ fie na sɛ mo kɔ na sɛ mo an support no sɛ ɔnkɔ bi a ɛno yɛ ana akɔyɛ sɛ aka ɔno nko ara wɔ fie na mmɔfra no ne mmebu no a ɛwɔ fie no nyinaa kɔ na aka ɔno nko a nti no mmɛsrɛ sɛ during festive occasions like this ɛyɛ anigye ma ɔdasani biara no yɛnhwɛ conditions na a person with disability wɔ no mfa sɛ obi a ɔte wheelchair mu na sɛ ɔno atumi pulu ne ho a ɔno sei no ɔno a bɛtumi amanage ne ho to such places but ebinom nso disability no I so restrictive say one support na ontumi nkɔ enti no families and friends within the community and even within churches no ɔmo yɛ programs ɔmo making sure say how do we get persons with disability to be around for such enjoyments.
Wow. Thank you so much. Meka ya fine pa yanjunu humpo them a lot of us. But say there if we really want to engage with people who really need it and have disabilities, we should engage at a district level. They are the ones who actually work with these people until when we work with them we are able to plan the festive season with them, and even any kind of help then
Exactly.
we are enjoyment. Thank you so
Good.
much, Yaw Ofori Debrah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Now, so
Excellent.
answer never no pocho. Michael Waha, my co-host, also war question or opedo bisa.
Okay.
You, yeah,
Yeah.
intervention I am come because I'm go more maybe I should imagine, but I imagine
Okay. You.
you use the term PWD. I know
Yeah.
some of those
Yeah.
expressions,
Yeah.
and I like what you said about independence and so on.
Yeah.
But I still have a problem with us thinking that people with disability are a constituency. Sometimes that's the feeling I get when we have this kind on the my day a physical challenge in constituency be.
Yeah.
And I mean, we feel that or they come more about integration. I liked what you mentioned about the community and the family. I think them environment, assimilation be a certain accommodation that comes from understanding there be our society more or challenging or your responsibility. And now you create them embrace so that we lose more and more this idea that to be disabled is to belong to a certain constituency or a certain typifiable group. I don't know what was your take.
Osuahumu kakra from experience. And say persons with disability, any one more organizations, yes, they be able to say they call for social inclusion. Eti anka yen desire pa ne say at any programming as I said, they make sure say persons with disabilities interest and their aspirations are factored into it. And then and say maybe just a persons with disability, they have to cry out. And as I said, this will be and sana planners no akai bibisa anka yen dream and they say anka ye wo equal basis with everybody. But the realities are not as we experience now. And usually say persons with disability and cry out, then they are forgotten. We are pennies, but we are still fighting for all inclusion. Okay. But we have not reached the point if you don't fight for attention for persons with disability, then they are forgotten.
Okay.
And until akwakoba say time biano, we have to make sure say persons with disability included. We have to shout. Sometimes when you don't even fight for some kind of exclusiveness, they don't come around cry. You say, say, Bibi no mocha, not a persons with disability around that. They overwhelm. Let me give you one example. Time and you call lockdown. I'm saying, one pictures need be how people were struggling for food.
Yeah.
And so we'll see. We should not fight for exclusiveness for persons with disability. Now, say, because we are all human beings. You can imagine, say, they will be disadvantaged because for they pray and can be cried. They can't even go near.
Yeah.
And now we have to fight for special deal for them. Persons with ability, because other than that, you can't cope with the struggle.
Great.
And until the time society no be recognizes persons with disability are human beings. They have their needs as everybody. So let us work inclusively with them. Na enkoba say time bia na just say ye omo dey special.
All right.
Say
Thank
and
you.
to that point, na say ye james is here. And the tendency that people will overlook them, is very great there. And the persons with disability will suffer for it. And I agree with you, say, and say, Tambiano, we fight for separate, and that is why we are fighting for inclusive education. We are calling for inclusive employment, everything. But stage,
Thank you
if
very
you
much,
don't fight
sir.
for it, it will come to you naturally. No.
Thank you. All right, Yaw Ofori Debrah.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
thank you. So, it's very important because the Sustainable Development Goal, SDG 11, advocates for inclusive, safe, and resilient cities and human settlements. The disability-related target of this SDG is to create accessible infrastructure that is affordable. And see, if you want to have a better understanding of the reason why we are discussing people living with disabilities in this festive season, call happyghana.com. Okay? Call happyghana.com. Also, Ghana became the 119th country in the world to ratify the Disability Rights Convention that mandates the protection of people living with disability worldwide. Okay. However, persons with disabilities still face one form of discrimination and the other. So please go to Happy FM, their website, happyghana.com, to get more details about the reason why we are really hitting it hard on persons living with disability.